Welcome, travelers. We are the Improfessionals, here to immortalize these stories and characters and hopefully entertain along the way. I'm Joseph, the DM for this campaign, titled Conflicts of Interest. I'm joined by my girlfriend Maddie, playing her Dark Elf, Fire Elemental Monk, Shaman Feyre, my roommate Jay, playing his human swashbuckler rogue Tarman, our friend David, playing his Goliath Storm Herald Barbarian Nura, and all the way from Washington we have Kavan playing his Lotus Halfling Beastmaster Ranger Peregrine Tushhawk. Now this campaign will start at level 3 to kind of get over some of the difficulties of early levels for both players and DMs, and this will be uploaded bi-weekly, so every other week there will be a new episode of this. I want to start off by saying thank you to some of the artists who have done art for all of this. Raphael Alphonse on Twitter, and Motolog and Getsuga Dante on DeviantArt, as well as the royalty-free artist that we use the music from, Darren Curtis, who you can find on YouTube. Now we have some homebrew rules that we explained at the start of the One Shot Faithful. If you want to know what those are, go back and listen to that. I would recommend it, otherwise you're going to be a little confused. On top of that, I just want to say, we are not professionals, we are improfessionals, as is obvious. We don't know all of the rules. If we do something wrong, we may have already realized, since this is all pre-recorded, that we did it wrong. But either way, if you want to just inform us of any of the things that, any of the rules that we forgot, we're happy to hear it. Just don't be a jerk about it. Thank you. Now, we should get into this, starting with a one-on-one pre-campaign session with one of the players. Time. It's late in the night, but you're standing at the edge of the ship, looking out into the oceans. You've been having a lot of trouble sleeping lately, knowing where you're going. As you stare out, you hear footsteps across the old wood of the Witch by the Sea, the ship that you are a crew member. You hear these footsteps walking towards you.
Tarman doesn't look back as he keeps his eyes out.
Eventually, the footsteps stop behind you. Another late night for you, Tarman. You recognize the voice of your captain, Goldrium.
Couldn't sleep well.
This seems to be a recurring issue as of late. Not nervous, are you?
It has nothing to do with me being nervous.
Then what is it?
It's just where I first started. I wish it would be a happy reunion, but I don't like the place.
As Goldrium kind of walks from behind you to next to you, as you recognize that his very smooth, young-looking face and his black, kind of slicked-back hair, his very, very nice black coat with a red design on it, and his very deep red eyes, something that has always stood out to you. Typically, you would never see Goldrium so out in the open, because normally he's pretty sheltered during the day, but with the sun set, he stands confident. You know this job you're on is very important. I just want to make sure you understand. This must go well. That thing I've given you, you have to make sure it gets to the right people. I'll be sending your good friend Bernardus with you. Remember, he doesn't have that fake ID like you do, so he can't exactly do any adventuring work.
Is there anything I need to know about Ecole? Anything that's changed with it since I've been gone?
Did you hear anything about the Rotnooks?
Would I need to make history check?
Go ahead and make a history check.
18.
You have heard of the Rot. A tribe of orcs that are likely partially responsible for the unfortunate bad name that a lot of orcs get. Orcs themselves are not evil, but there are tribes like the Rottenooks who worship evil gods who kind of give orcs a bad rap. In particular, there's two very specific members of the Rottenooks who are still alive, Torb and Cabal. Now Torb, he's done a lot of criminal work, but is known to be a little more honorable. Cabal, on the other hand, has done horrible things and has killed many people. And you know that there was an event recently on the continent of Iyora that led to a lot of people's deaths.
The brothers, right?
Yes, but more specifically, Cabal. Ecole was attacked just 2 years ago. The mayor, well, previous mayor, was killed. The new mayor is said to be problematic, from what I hear.
Problematic how?
You know, those kind of people we steal from, who are less concerned about the lives of the people that guard them, and more so about the money that is being guarded.
The rich pricks.
He is one of the worst. His name is Daniel Wecht. Apparently he was a good friend of the king at some point. Strange considering how most people consider King Lauren to be a very kind man.
Maybe Daniel Wecht was different back then.
Either way, he'll be the one you're going to talk to about that job you're taking. The one to get you in the first place. Once you get to Ecole, it doesn't matter what you see. Don't worry about the people. Focus on finding Wecht and getting that job started. That should be the right path to get you where you need to be. Now, if I may have my ship to myself.
Tarman turns and walks away.
And Tarman.
He stops.
Goldrium looks back and you see those piercing red eyes. I just want you to understand that failure is not an option here.
I will not fail you.
Good. As he continues to stare out at the sea. I assume you go to rest.
I head down.
Alright. Come morning, you come back up, you're fully dressed, and you see the full crew on the ship. You see Bernardus, the large bear folk who you have known for a long time, who only has one arm, and has only ever had one arm from your knowledge. You know he lost it at one point, but you've never really had a conversation about how. You see the half-elf woman with white hair and the scar across her cheek, Ash. You see that cocky Triton bard bastard Drake over there strumming at his lute, humming songs towards Ash, who's rolling her eyes. And you see Kip, the Kinku on the ship, who is repeating the sound of the lute from his mouth to make an almost beautiful harmonizing melody. Or ear-grating, depending on how much you enjoy Drake's music. You see, at the front of the ship, with a large black umbrella over his head, staring out, you see Goldrium. And beside him, with her black cape flowing, embers flickering off of her body as usual, her body cloaked in this black armor, and her head and face masked with this black, detailed, ornamental mask. You see the first mate, Dominance. Of all the people on this ship, even comparatively to Goldrium, you know the least about her.
Tarman will grab himself a nail and go and speak to Ash.
As you head over to speak with Ash, she looks over at you, drinking her own ale. Finally leaving us, eh? It's about time you got out of my sight.
Aw, come on. You won't miss me?
I'll miss you slapping Drake for his stupid remarks. Sure. I'm probably gonna miss Bernardus more than you, though. I don't completely hate you like the others.
Well, that does make me a little happy. I intend to come back.
Yeah, we always intend to come back, but that doesn't mean we haven't lost people before.
I know. I will miss you.
Alright, enough of the sentimental crap.
What? You don't hate it, do you?
As she rolls her eyes again, you just hear from the front, Tarman, if you may, come here for a moment.
Tarman chugs his ale, sets the cup down, and walks over to Goldrium.
You walk over to Goldrium, Dominance turning her head. Hello, Tarman.
Dominance?
Before she can say anything else, or you can say anything else to her, Goldrium. Look out, Tarman.
Tarman looks out.
You can see the coast of the continent of Iyora, and the large city of Ecole, the coastal city, the port city. Been a long time since you've been here, right?
Yeah, it has.
I trust you, Tarman. I trust that you'll get the job done. Dominance isn't so confident in your ability, but she isn't the captain, is she?
Hopefully I can prove myself worthy.
Start by not failing. That's a good step in the right direction. After maybe an hour or two, the Witch by the Sea gets into port, and you and Bernardus are quickly gestured to get off of the ship.
Tarman gets off.
Bernardus follows you, and Tarman, as you take your first step onto the dock, your journey truly begins. As Bernardus steps off with you and the Witch by the Sea begins to prepare to leave, Bernardus just kind of sits up, cracks his neck. Oh, this place still smells as bad as it used to. Looks even worse than it used to, actually.
Tarman looks around at the dock.
Roll perception, if you...
Is a natural 20!
Nice.
Woohoo!
Oh, okay. Wow, fantastic. Tarman, you notice... let me pull up the thing here. You notice, right off the bat, you recognize a lot of things. Well, sort of. This place is both old and new to you. To the left of the dock, you immediately recognize the, to you, the very familiar Bar and Inn Chronicle. Ahead of you, you see what looks to be a brand new blacksmith, and a potion shop that looks pretty new to you too. You see a general goods store that looks pretty familiar, but you never really knew who owned it, so. Around the city, you first notice, getting off of a ship, a dark-skinned halfling man, alongside a large, more tan Goliath with red hair and red markings. They look like they're pretty busy. You probably don't want to bother them at the moment, but some of the other people you notice. On one half of the city is very, very nice and well kept. And on that side you see a Maine Coon tabaxi, very fluffy with very nice velvety clothing, purple velvety clothing. And a high elf woman in this beautiful white and gold gown. Around the middle area, brushing a young boy's hair, you see a human woman with black hair. But on the other half of the city, things are a little more dingy. On that half, you see this woman that looks... She's some sort of creature. You're not really sure what she is. She looks like a hyena, which you've only really ever heard of, but based on the descriptions, she looks pretty much like one of those, but humanoid. It's very strange. However, she looks very thin. She has a lot of scratches and scab marks on her body. Her clothing is very dingy and worn and torn. You also see a goblin man walking through this side of the city with a bottle in his hand, chugging it down. He's also wearing pretty dingy clothing. You notice someone on the rooftops. You don't really get a good look, but you just see a man, a creature, a humanoid figure in a hood, and they seem to notice that you notice them and very quickly disappear.
That was strange. Did you see that, Bernardus?
As you look and you see Bernardus is buying fish from a vendor. Oh, what? Oh, yeah, it's like 2 gold. As he picks it up and starts eating.
Never mind. It's probably my imagination. Just my nerves coming back home.
Oh, yeah. As he takes the fish in his big bare teeth and points into one of the alleyways. And you know exactly which alleyway he's pointing into. It's the alleyway that you and him met.
Armin starts to walk in that direction.
As you walk in that direction, almost kind of blankly walking, you unintentionally, of course, bump into someone. And you kind of snapped out of that trance you were in for just a moment there. You're a bit more into the city as Bernardus kind of walks over. Tarmin, you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine.
We should probably get asking around about that. What is it, mayor that you were supposed to talk to?
Well, let's go say hi to an old friend and get a drink.
What a good idea. So you're heading into the Chronicle bar.
Indeed.
Alright, fantastic. You walk into this bar. You see a half-orc man, dark skin. His hair, his dreads are kind of tied in the back into like almost a ponytail. Welcome to Chronicle, how may...
As Tarmin walks in. Hello there, sir. Mind if I get a water?
Tarmin, is that you?
In the flush.
Bernardus, what are you two doing here?
I'm here on a job.
What kind of job?
I pull out the adventuring license, just flashing it real quick.
You're an adventurer now.
That is correct.
Well, congratulations.
It's difficult work, but as long as it pays.
What brings you into Chronicle?
I need to know about this new mayor. I've been gone for so long, I don't even know what's going on in this place anymore.
Ugh. Well, I'm sure you had a look at the streets.
It's ugly. Very ugly.
It's only ugly the further away you get from him. Both in actual distance and how close you are to his pockets. He also got rid of all the guards, so crime runs rampant. I would just be careful if you're thinking of doing anything stupid. But what? Tarmin doing something stupid? He would never.
Har har har.
Tarmin, with that natural 20 from earlier, I'm going to say you noticed this. Chronicle has always had these beautiful carvings around the walls of historical events, just for the world in general, but also this continent. Things that pretty much every kid was taught in school. You were taught a lot of these things, but not from a school. Just actually, Goldrium probably taught you a good handful of these things. But like Io creating the world, Io locking the gods away, the Reinhardt, the legendary hero from the city of Rhine, battling up against one of the archdevils, Mephistopheles. You notice that there's been some new carvings added. You notice a carving of an orc facing off against the Reinhardt, as well as a carving of a black castle burning to the ground. And to the side of that, you see this skeletal-looking armor in a feminine shape. Green flames surrounding it. Very intimidating. You're not really sure what that means, but you do kind of you can kind of have an understanding of what's going on with the Reinhardt facing that orc. You imagine that that's likely Cabal, based on what Goldrium told you the night before.
As Tarman sees this, he looks at Aslan. Those are new.
Yes. Continent's been busy without you here. I mean, I believe the last event that happened while you were here was the 5-year conflict. And then you disappeared, and then, well, we had the Battle of Rhine, and the fall of Blackheart. Blackheart, you would remember, was the 4th kingdom on this continent. And now, if you actually have been wondering, because the map that you have does not say Blackheart, the Blackheart Kingdom, where it used to say that. It now says the Viper Kingdom.
The Blackheart? I don't see it on the map anymore.
That's because the Queen was killed.
So she died and someone else took control.
The captain of her military, oddly enough. The general of her military was killed as well. Amy Metzger is the one who took her place.
Insight?
Yes.
Natural 20.
Oh, yes. Oh, Tarman. You actually do know who Amy Metzger is. Say about 9 months ago, the Witch by the Sea had the unfortunate event of coming across a brigade of ships led by the Viper Kingdom with these large flags with 3 skulls with snakes slithering through them. The soldiers on those ships were all clad in armor, and they had skulls. Either their masks were skull-like in design, or they had skull design painted on them. Luckily, Goldrium avoided any conflict, but you never saw her. But you saw Goldrium seem nervous, which is not something you're used to, but Goldrium seemed very nervous when he was told that Amy Metzger was on that ship. He had informed you that Amy Metzger was a queen. A very, very dangerous queen. Almost a warmonger. Anytime she felt that a kingdom was threatening her, she would send her armies to destroy them. However, she was always on the front lines, and she was a force to be reckoned.
I remember my captain being scared of her.
Well, since you asked about Wecht, start heading to the east side of the city. You should notice his house.
You think Bernars could chill here with you for a good while?
I don't see why not. Yeah, I haven't been able to get myself one of them there adventuring licenses. Kinda hard when you're already missing an arm and you've got a criminal record, you know. Oh yes, well, I don't understand, but I have cousins.
I appreciate it, Aslan.
Tarman, stay safe, would ya?
Of course. Before I go, can I get one drink?
He fills up an actual thing of ale and places it in front of you and just says, "Your first drink, at least in my bar. This one's on the house."
No, it's in my hand.
Hey, you know what? Never mind. That'll be 50 gold.
As Tarman chuckles, saying, I kid. Yeah. As Tarman drinks, as he drinks all of it.
But as you guys have your drinks, Aslan just kind of smiles. It is good to see you.
It's good to see you too, old friend. As Tarman sets the cup down and makes his way out.
I'll be here then. Just enjoying me ale. Can I get like 5 more of these?
Before I actually go there,
Yes.
Tarman would like to do one thing.
Okay, what's that?
He wants to go and see that alley.
You walk into that alleyway. Luckily, nowadays, this is on the nicer side of town. There used to not really be a nice side of town. It's pretty cleaned up, actually. it's very hard to recognize this as the place where those events occurred. You, for a moment, see this flickering image in your head, in your vision, of a bleeding man laying on the ground. It passes quickly, though, and it doesn't send you into any kind of panic. You assume it, at least, be just your imagination getting the better of you.
As Tarman stares and has this vision, he imagines himself as that young street rat kid and just staring him in the eyes. Look where you are now.
As you hear a very faint voice. Home.
As he hears that, he turns around, looking around.
As you look around, you don't see anyone. At least not close to you.
Hello? Someone there? God, Tarman, you're already losing your mind. It's not even been a day yet. As Tarman starts making his way to the mayor, the mayor.
Yeah. So you head east in the city. It doesn't take you long to figure out what Aslan was talking about. As you see a massive, and I do mean massive, mansion. Like 2 mansions combined into one. It's almost like a small castle. It's almost disgusting how nice this mansion looks when you compare it to the side of the city the bar is in. As you head towards the mansion, you see that it is surrounded by a golden, quite literally, solid gold gate around it. And around the mansion as well as this beautiful, beautiful garden, like botanical gardens. And you can only assume that this rich asshole is not the one who takes care of all this stuff. And I need your roll perception.
7! Woohoo!
So, you do not notice at first, but you feel a tap on your shoulder. As you turn, you see a man in this very strange, very sleek designed armor. It's like similar to Oriental or like Eastern style armors, and the typical armor you would see, black laced with this very detailed design. You see a blade, one of those Eastern style blades on his side, and you can see his eyes just faintly, and they are red and they are piercing with rage. You would assume maybe a dark elf, but you don't really see any reaction to the light around him. But he's just staring at you, and he is gripping the hilt of that sword.
Whoa, now. Easy does it. I'm not here for anything bad. I'm here for a job. Knowing you, most likely. Are you his bodyguard?
He continues to give you this intense stare, waiting for some kind of, maybe evidence to your claims.
Of course. And just so we're even clear, Tarman will take out the adventuring license, have his hands out, grabbing his weapons and setting it down on the ground, and backing away from it.
After a moment, this guard, or this man, he pulls out the blade suddenly. You only get a quick look at the blade. The blade has almost a black metal design, but the edge is so finely sharpened it looks pure white. And then along the entirety of the blade is this red lightning pattern. He pulls out the blade, and be thankful that he wasn't aiming for you, because you're pretty sure with the speed that this blade comes out, you would have lost your head. Instead, he sticks it into the lock on the gate and twists the blade, and this red lightning shoots all around this golden fence as the gate opens, and he sheathes the blade, and then nods for you to follow him.
Tarman will follow, as he looks around at the garden. Beautiful work. Do you work on it?
Doesn't give you a response. But about halfway through, as you're walking towards the mansion, you see two statues. Two statues made of pure gold. Of this man with this very frizzy, fro-ish, long hair. And this very nice, I can only describe it as like a pimp hat. Very muscular body, wearing nothing but a thong, flexing like Arnold Schwarzenegger. On one side, and then on the other side is a statue of the same man reaching down towards a bunch of women who are, the statues of the women are made of silver while the statue of the man is made out of gold, and they're reaching up to him like he's some sort of god.
Quite egotistical. I already don't like him.
And of course, as you get to the front of this mansion, to the massive door in front of it, you see that same design of this man reaching out of the clouds down towards a bunch of women reaching up to him, kind of carved into the door in gold as well. As this guard knocks rapidly on the door in a pattern that you wouldn't be able to repeat if you tried. It's way too fast. And the door opens. Is that her? Is she finally... Nope, that is not her. You see a man wearing a thong, a leopard print thong, that pimp hat that you saw in the statue. The statue's a pink pimp hat, and nothing else. He's very skinny, he's very tall, he's got like very thick chest hair, very like pointed features, and this long, fro-ish long hair. He's just standing there in nothing but a thong with his arms crossed. Who are you and what do you want?
Tarman, adventurer, here for a job. Why don't you put on some clothes? No one wants to see you try and compensate for your tiny dick.
I'll have you know my dick is at least average. As he pulls out a very, like, one of those furred, like, pimp jacks and puts it over himself. Look, I'll tell you the exact same thing that I told the Dark Elf earlier today. You're gonna want to head to the mountains, because that's where they're gonna meet you. Crap, that reminds me. I have to send a message for you idiot adventurers to the city of Ryan, the people who actually hired you for this bullshit. Brian, can you
like
get the...
you could do better.
Fuck you. Okay, Brian, Commander Brian, can you go get the bird? As Brian walks in, Commander Brian walks in, and he walks back out with this sickly little pigeon with its, all of its feathers kind of falling off. It looks like it's starving to death. He pulls out a little note, like a little piece of paper, and puts it on the bird, and then just takes a needle out and jams it into the bird. The bird tries to fly away and then dies before it even gets past the stairs.
What the actual fuck?
Yeah, we've had that one for a while. Commander Brian, can you get the other bird? As Commander Brian walks back in and walks back out with this beautiful golden eagle, as he just calmly ties the letter to the side of this one's leg, and it flies off into the distance.
Why didn't you start with that?
Look, I don't know what goes on in that guy's brain. Commander Brian's a little stupid, aren't you, Commander Brian? Yes,
Hey,
you are. Yes.
Don't you dare insult him.
As
He is a beautiful person.
as Commander Brian is just staring, and you can see the intensity. Like, his eyes are red, but you can see them, like, getting bloodshot.
After seeing this, God, you don't get paid enough for this. Do you even get paid?
As Daniel Wecht, the mayor, he just goes, paid? Alright, get off my property. As he heads
Gladly.
As he heads back inside, the door closes, and the Commander Brian here leads you out.
As Tarman walks with him, I'm sorry for what you have to deal with.
You can just see him kind of vibrating in rage.
You know, maybe someday you should probably kick him in the dick.
He doesn't respond, but you kind of get the kind of the feeling of like he's like having deep thoughts about the words you're saying. Either way, he eventually gets you back to the gate and he closes the gate. All of your stuff is still sitting outside. As he closes the gate, you watch him pull out a straw hat and put it on his head, and he pulls out a water pitcher and he just starts watering the garden.
As Tarm sees us, keep up the good work with the garden, as he gives him a thumbs up and goes to grab his stuff.
You grab your things, and as you look back to Commander Brian, he is no longer there.
Strange man, but I have respect for him. Alright, guess I gotta get going.
So you head to the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes, considering you got here about midday, it takes you a little while, maybe a day or two travel to get into the mountains. You know you're supposed to meet some sort of guard or some sort of soldier from the city of Rhine that would lead you to the city you're actually supposed to go to. As you're up here, though, you spot something a little strange. You spot this little dark elf girl. And I made little, like this girl can't be more than like 8 years old. And she's just standing there. And the moment she sees you, she reaches her hand up and points right in your direction.
Hey there. Are you lost?
You hear the sound of whispering and footsteps.
Well, it's been fun, but I think I have a doctor's appointment with my dentist. Tidy-o, is Tarwin will start running.
As you hear the sounds and stuff, as you run, the girl grabs your leg. This little girl grabs your leg and bites your leg.
God, let go!
And as that happens, you just hear thuds as you see a bunch of dark elves kind of slipping out of cracks and stuff in the mountain, and one of them, just very big, muscular woman, with a wolf's pelt over her head and this club that's already covered in blood. She just brings it up and she slams it across the side of your head. And
just before she hits, oh shit.
Yeah, you're just like, oh shit, unconscious. And that is where we will pick up for you, Tarmin. Tarmin, you begin to wake up. As you open your eyes, you see nothing but darkness. You feel around on yourself. You're wearing nothing but your undershirt and pants. Everything else has been taken away from you. Faintly in the dark, you can see cell bars. And you can hear faint noises, but not anything clear. I need you to go ahead and roll perception with disadvantage.
First one's a 5. Let's see if it's gonna be a natural one. Okay, hold on. I forgot the command.
Ooh.
Second
Wow.
one is a
point
6.
high. Okay. So yes, you can see nothing. There's no indication of where you are. It's kind of cold. You don't really hear anything, at least nothing clear. The only thing you do hear is the sound of this whistling. Nura.
Yes.
You begin to wake up to a familiar whistling sound as well. A whistling sound that you recognize as coming from your friend Peregrine. This specific whistling sound is a kind of call to signify, see if you can find each other. You've done this many times. Peregrine, as you're doing this little whistle, a blade strikes the cell bars that are in front of you, and you are cursed at in a language you don't immediately understand. Upon having heard this whistling, Nura gives a little indicating and letting you know that he is there.
What he whistling though?
YMCA, motherfucker. Okay. Shaman, as you open your eyes, you have a much clearer vision, and the reason you wake up is from the loud sound of the blade striking the cell, but also you are able to clearly understand that voice. You speak the language this person is speaking, whoever slammed that blade. You hear Elvish. Quiet down. As you begin to look around, you see a figure standing just outside of your cell. You guys can all look in images. A large black dragonborn in robes and silver spiked decorative armor. His eyes glow red as he looks down at you as you lie on the floor of this cell.
Hi. What's your name?
You seem familiar.
No, I don't think I've ever met you before. You don't look familiar to me. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a black dragonborn before.
He turns away and begins to walk away.
Wait, can you please tell me why I'm in here? I really don't know why I'm in here.
You hear his footsteps grow more and more distant, but suddenly they stop altogether. Just in a quick flash, everything goes silent. You don't hear his footprints, which is strange. It didn't sound like he turned away, so you're not sure where he went. But as you continue to talk, though that sword strikes across your door, across your cell. Quiet down.
Hi. So, you're actually somebody who will talk to me, right? You're a dark elf, right? Can you tell me why I'm in here?
Quiet down.
I know you said quiet down, but I'm trying to have a conversation with you.
I am not here to have a conversation with prisoners.
Well, I'm here to have a conversation. Why am I a prisoner, huh?
Shut up before I cut out your tongue.
If you ever tried to cut out my tongue, I'd burn you to a crisp first. Have you ever seen a fried tongue before? I don't think I have.
The dark elf tilts her head. And how exactly would you do that?
With my mind, of course. Yeah.
As you do this, the dark elf, she's wearing a mask. She pulls it down and she whistles, and you hear footsteps coming down. You all actually hear these footsteps coming by all of your cells. As Shaman, this other dark elf, gets to your cell, she's wearing black tattered robes over her. The tip of her fingers, her nails are long and sharp, and the tips of her fingers are blackened. Her eyes are red, but somewhat distorted, and as she looks at you, her mouth slightly open, you see that her teeth are sort of rotted and sharpened into points. As she flicks her finger, this small black ball of magic hovers over your head, as that tingling you typically feel in your hands, Shaman, disappears.
Wait a minute. She just sort of looks at her hands. What did you do? Wait, what did you do? Where's my mojo? Where's my groove juice? I don't feel it!
As that dark elf in the robe walks away, and the guard looks at you. Now, shut up, or much worse will happen to you.
But you stole my
your
groove
mojo.
juice.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but she has taken your groove.
As the dark elf guard, she walks away, or continues to patrol. I want you to roll perception, Shaman. You do not have disadvantage because you, out of all your party members, have dark vision. You're the only one that has dark vision.
I have the darkest of visions. Look at me go. Okay, we're level 3, correct?
We are level 3, yes.
Okay, just keeping that in mind. So perception. A nat.
Natural 20? What are you doing? You can't be doing that. Wow. All right. Natural 20 this early. Good lord. All right. Well,
Isn't this the first roll of the game?
this is the no. This is the first. This is her first roll of the game. Well, Shaman, as you look around, you notice something immediately. As there's a bed, sort of a loft that is in this cell of yours, you notice a small groove underneath it that looks like it was kind of chipped in by someone. And as you reach in and you pull out, you find a hairpin that was hidden.
Oh, super sneaky style. And she just grabs it.
Are you saying that out loud?
No. Saying that in her head, but like.
No,
super
dude,
sneaky style.
That'd be very much like Maddie to get something and then immediately have it taken away by the guard.
No, not this time.
No. While she has successfully found this, I'm gonna go ahead and let Peregrine. Is there anything you want to do?
I'm going to look like poke my head out of the bars, see if there's any guards around.
Roll perception with disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
A 19, you do see the guard faintly having passed your cell as she's making her rounds again. And you see a rock in your cell room. You don't know if that'll be able to help you, but it is there.
I'm gonna cast a spell and entangle and break up the tumblers in the lock.
Okay.
Very silently.
All right. Yeah. Well, Kavan, go ahead and take an inspiration for that, because that's very, very smart. So, yes, these vines quietly creep out of the walls and out of the floor between the bricks, and wrap around this lock and go between all the different mechanisms and manage to quietly enough unlock this cell. Congratulations, Peregrine, you are the first person to unlock your cell.
That I'm out, I'm gonna roll stealth and start making my way to where I heard Nura coughing.
Alright.
Yeah. I will grab the rock before I head out.
Alright, you grab the giant bird. No, I'm just kidding.
Nat
What
20.
the fuck? Well, okay, a natural 20 on... Oh, that is a crot. Natural 20 on stealth for Peregrine. So yeah, Peregrine, this darkness is so dark that you almost immediately are like, okay, I'm comfortable. I'm good and hidden. And Nura, you don't even notice him as he is like immediately outside of your cell, from after you coughed. Before we get to the two of you, Tarman, you are in your cell. You've heard a lot of ruckus, but at the moment you're completely unaware of exactly what's going on around you. All you know is you're in a cell and all your things have been taken.
Yes, and I'm annoyed by that, so... One, do I at least see, like, the door?
You can faintly see the cell door in the bars, yes.
I would like to feel around in my cell for anything I could use to escape.
Alright, roll perception with disadvantage.
Natural 20!
Natural 20 with disadvantage.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah, you have disadvantage.
You said just roll!
No, I did not say roll.
I didn't say disadvantage.
I did say disadvantage.
Don't.
You know what, Joseph? Actually, fuck you. Fuck you.
Just to be clear,
No.
to be clear, you knew that you were blind, so I don't know why you thought you wouldn't have disadvantage. And I have video evidence of it. I have video evidence of it.
We'll roll the tape back.
on!
Alright, roll perception with disadvantage. Tarman, despite your best efforts, you cannot find anything in this cell. You are basically completely blind at the moment. Yeah, Shaman, do you want to try to pick that lock, or what do you want to do?
Shaman is gonna try and finesse the lock.
Okay, you do not know how to pick a lock, so just roll a straight d20.
Okay.
And that's a 19. Okay, so Shaman just shoves this hairpin in, kind of sticking her tongue out, closing one eye, like,
That's exactly what I was imagining her doing!
And then you break the pin, but the lock does unlock.
She sort of peeks around the corners to make sure nobody's around.
You see a halfling just outside of one of the cells, and going back to them, Peregrine, you faintly see your friend Nura.
I look at Nura as best I can. Nura, do the thing. Do the roll.
And I am going to roll strength.
Roll strength.
As an idiot who hadn't yet pulled up their character sheet. 17.
17. Yeah, that is just enough. You just kind of take a step back and then kick this door, and the lock breaks. Shaman, as you're peeking out, you see a Goliath from inside of the cell that the halfling is standing in front of. You see the door just break open, and you hear the lock break, and you see the dark elf guard turn around, immediately noticing this.
Hi guys, there's somebody walking towards us!
Yeah, you guys hear that from the other side of the room, or the other side of the hallway.
Yeah, and Nura calls out, which direction?
Which direction is it coming from?
From behind, from at the moment, from directly behind them.
Behind you!
I am going to quickly turn behind me, rage, and charge forward.
Okay, well, if you're gonna do that, you go ahead and roll initiative. Tarmin, you hear all of this commotion. What is there anything you want to try to do? Also, yeah, everyone who is out of your cells, roll initiative.
I'm kicking my door, full force.
Okay, let them roll theirs, and then
21.
they have rolled theirs. Okay,
21.
Tarmin, go ahead and roll a strength check while I roll for the 15. The door, as you kick the door as hard as you can, the door, you do hear, it seems like the lock is damaged from that, but it did not fully break open yet. So you will get another chance very soon. But for now, we have initiative for everyone else, which is a...
Vaughn goes first, from what I can tell.
Interesting initiative here. We got Peregrine first, Shaman second, Nura third, and then the Dark Elf Guard will be last. Everyone who is currently within combat, everyone's armor class and health. Starting with you, Peregrine.
Alright, health is 31, AC is 14.
That is without your armor, right?
Yeah, without armor.
Shaman.
Hi, I have 31 HP as well, and my AC is 17.
Wow. Okay, Nura.
My HP is 30, and my armor class is 15.
Why does the barbarian have one less hit point than the others?
You will never know.
The world may never know.
The world may never.
Alright. Let me just put down the guard. Alright, you guys, luckily, initiative has begun without this guard being able to alert anyone. None of you have any weapons. What are you doing? Peregrine. Starting off with you.
No weapons. I'm going to say, I would have heard Tarmin kick.
You heard Tarmin kick his cell.
Okay, I'm gonna rush over to where I heard that sound and just bash the lock, see if I can fully break it.
All right, go ahead and roll a strength check.
5.
You punch it. Ow.
No, use the rock.
You hit it with the rock and you kind of hit your finger a little. Ow.
Ow.
You can try again with your action if you want to. Oh no.
That's a nat 1.
That is a natural one. You actually do slam your finger this time, and you take 1 point of damage.
No.
Just there, just like all you hear in the dark is just like, God, son of a...
God damn, fucking bitch, fucker, fuck shit.
Sorry to see this individual.
Yes,
by the
you
silhouette.
do see someone trying to help break your lock for you, and then you see them slam their own finger, and they're just like, oh, fuck, shit, fuck.
It's going.
Alright, Shaman, it's your turn.
So he's still in his cell.
Yes, one of the people, there's one human man that you can clearly see, and you see the halfling trying to break him free.
She's gonna run over there and try and help as well. Can I do that as a bonus action?
Yeah, you can try and break the
You
finger
guys
with it.
got an enemy.
Yeah, there is an enemy standing watching this, but go ahead and try.
They see. They're
Oh,
gonna
don't worry,
alert on
I'm
their
a monk.
turn.
I'm a monk. There is nothing to worry about. What do I roll to
Why
try
did you
and...
say that?
You're going to, if you're gonna punch it, you can roll an attack.
Okay, let me get to my attack stuff.
You punch it, this lock is really fucking strong.
Now we're gonna turn out.
Even though it's already damaged from the kick from earlier, it's still not, you're not managing to get through it. You can go ahead and use your, action.
a 20.
Yes, yes, you punch it the first time, you think for a second, well, punching it hard didn't work. I'll just have to punch it harder.
I'll punch it again.
As, yeah, you punch it and it manages to come undone. Congratulations, Tarmin, you are free. I'm good.
Free human.
Finally.
I'm gonna go ahead and just put you in initiative at the bottom, so go ahead and give me your AC and health.
Can I use some key points?
No, because you used your bonus action already.
Oh, I get you.
Right now, my AC is 13 and my health is 32.
Alright. Somehow the rogue has the most health of the party. Makes sense. Alright, Nura, you see the other two people successfully break free this human.
Rage.
Are you going to rage?
I was already raging.
You didn't have the time to rage. I probably should have said that. You didn't have the time to rage before combat began, because the guard was literally walking towards you.
Gotcha. Well, then can I rage now?
Yes, you can.
Cool, I rage.
Great, because you are a Storm Herald. So as you just kind of clench your fist, just focusing all of your emotions into yourself, these clouds seem to form over the ceiling, and within these clouds there's this flickering of yellow lightning, which manages to light up the room just enough to where, as combat continues, there will be no disadvantage, at least for the next minute. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna hit it really hard.
Go ahead and roll an attack.
23.
That definitely hits, yes.
Well, they take 6 damage.
6 damage. Also, don't forget to roll the lightning damage. 2.
Plus 2, so that's
yeah.
gonna be 8 damage.
So, as that lightning's flickery, some of it flickers down at her. She kind of tries to block it as best she can with her sword, but she still takes a bit of damage. As you walk over and punch her in the face, she stumbles, cracks her neck, and gets ready to continue fighting. And with that, it is her turn. Starting her action, she is going to whistle again. Alright, and after that whistle, she is going to make an attack at the one closest to her, and so far the only one who's actually attacked her at all, which is the Goliath. That is an 18 to hit. That does hit you. So yeah, she just slashes you across the side with that sword, and you take 4 damage. Alright, well, Tarmin, you see that this dark elf has done a whistle, which, Tarmin, you're a pretty smart guy. You get the feeling that that's not a good thing, but also you see that this dark elf took a hit and isn't no fucking spring chicken as she lands a successful hit on Nura. On this big Goliath. You don't know his fucking name.
Tarmin's running full speed and right hooking her in the fucking face.
Go for it. Fuck yeah. Fucking rogue. Fucking punch it. Let's do it.
That would
Oh, I
I'll
got
take it.
nothing. I got
No, yeah,
nothing.
yeah, I understand.
14.
You
Yeah, don't
you
that.
do hit and you learn her armor class,
Oh, thank the Lord.
but that won't be much damage, I imagine, because it's 1 plus your strength.
Yeah, which 3 damage.
3 damage.
It's-
Not
As
bad.
I just right hook her across the face, and I'm gonna use my bonus action to throw her down on the ground.
All right, make a strength or athletics, and she will roll contesting.
20.
20. All right, she will roll a contesting. Nope, 16. So yeah, you managed to slam her on the ground for a bit of extra damage. Go ahead and roll a 1d6 plus your strength.
7 damage.
All right, so yeah, you just grab her after that punch and you slam her down. She gets back up. Definitely a lot more worse for wear after that, but not down. And yeah, so yeah, she did it at the end of the turn, so it wouldn't be until next turn. Peregrine, it is your go. Your hand hurts a little, but luckily, this other dark elf, helped you get that human out. What are you doing?
I'm gonna pick up that rock again. That's hurt me so bad. I'm gonna cast the spell Ensnaring Strike, and I'm going to hit them with the rock.
All right. While I look up Ensnaring Strike, you go ahead and roll your attack.
That's a 21.
21, that will absolutely hit. So let me just pull up Ensnaring Strike and see what the situation is.
Let's go, Peregrine.
Thorny Vines. Strength saving throw, be restrained. Large creature has advantage if the target. Okay. What is the thing to beat? While I go ahead and
13.
Alright. They rolled a 6, so they are restrained, and they're going to go ahead and roll that 1d6 piercing. 5 damage. So yes, you just throw a rock, it hits them on the forehead. These vines shoot out of the ground, wrap around her, stabbing her with these tiny little spikes. She is very damaged, but also completely restrained at the moment. Shaman, she's restrained, so you'll have advantage.
Yes. Let's
He
take a
is going to go to punch the face.
Yeah,
Okay,
you hit.
24.
So yeah, knowing Shaman, I know how this works. Yeah, you just run over it. You punch this dark elf in the face, unconscious. She literally had 1 health left.
Yeah.
Bam.
That's what you get.
Knocked
I
out.
could burn your tongue now if I wanted to, but I'm gonna spare you.
You are talking to an unconscious person.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'll talk to her all I want. She stole my mojo.
She did not.
Tarmin
Anyways, fight is over.
Tarmin looks at the people around him. We should find our stuff and find a way out.
We can't leave without any of our gear.
Where would that be?
Probably away from the exit.
In about, let's see. Now, that lightning disappears. Nura's heartbeat slows. He calms down, but he is now blind again. And Shaman, you're the only one out of everyone here who can see at all.
Okay, Shaman is gonna look down the hallway. Follow me, guys. She's gonna grab whoever's hand is the closest and sort of drag them with her.
Sorry to interrupt you, Maddie. Did anyone pick up the sword that the elf was holding?
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Like,
No, no one has. You guys can.
Well, Nora would like to do that.
Nura has picked up the short sword.
Insert unlock
Like
here.
the Legend of Zelda acquired an item sound.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Alright, well, Shaman, you grab whoever the fuck's hand, it doesn't matter.
And she starts dragging them.
You guys also, you guys know that there's somebody, there's gonna be people coming, because that alert, that dark elf did get off that alert before being knocked the fuck out. So, you guys need to roll stealth.
oh yes.
Okay.
Kavan, I'm just gonna let you have a normal stealth, because you rolled a natural 20 earlier.
All right.
21.
21.
Stealth.
Oh, not bad, Nura.
Nice.
Can I roll stealth?
Come on, Jay.
You are all
can do
rolling
it.
stealth. You have to, otherwise you're immediately going to encounter somebody. Ooh, 12.
For the love of Hezekiah!
Cool.
Well,
Apparently, he has no love for you, though.
Well, good news, actually.
fuck.
With that 12 you rolled, remember to call your rolls. With that 12 you rolled, you have just surpassed these low tier guards' passive perception.
Let's go.
So you did succeed.
The Lord.
So as you guys are being quiet, all of you hear footsteps. Shaman kind of stops you guys as a dark elf with a hand axe twirling in her hand walks past you guys, not seeing you guys as you're kind of hiding between the pillars and such. Shaman, you see a downstairs. You guys are currently standing on something of a balcony above one room. As you look down, you see a staircase leading down to that next room, and you see two dark elves. You can faintly see them because this room is a little large. You see two dark elves with bow and arrows, and they are kind of waiting for that other dark elf to come back down to give them some sort of information. In this room, you see, as the only person who can, you see more cells. You see more cells down here. You see an iron door that you're not sure where it leads, but you see that it is basically deadbolted. There's no way you guys are getting through there. You see a door with a little sign of kind of people, like it's hard to describe. Little busts of people. So you can imagine that might be the barracks, where they all sleep or something that way. But
Okay.
And then you see another hallway.
Okay, guys. So there are two dark elves down there. We're probably gonna have to knock their asses out or sneak past them. There's this door that there's no way in fuck we're gonna get through it. But yeah, I mean, you could try if you're stupid enough. I would, not me. There's a hallway, and I think it'll lead to the exit because there's only two other doors, and they don't look like an exit. I say that we just try and sneak out for now. We can always come back and get things.
We could try first, and if it fails, we just make our way out.
If you guys want to try that out, I guess.
All right, then. You have to be our eyes. You point us in the direction. Well, let me phrase that. You lead us in the direction. We'll handle the rest.
I got it. I can do this. As she just sneaks down the stairs.
Following.
Shaman GPS.
Her eyes just glow red. Turn right in 2 meters.
Oh, let's try the barracks.
You really want to go in there with a bunch of dark elves?
I'm really sad to say this, but I think we're gonna have to leave our ship behind. We got people on the way, so it's only a matter of time.
Shaman is going to lead them down the hallway.
Alright, so Shaman, after you lead them down the hallway, you do not find an exit immediately, like you guys were all assuming. You instead find a large circular room. In the end, there's a... Shaman, you're the one who sees this all. And you just barely see this room. This room is very large, so you can just barely see everything. But you see a kind of stairs in a circular form all around, and in the middle of the room there's a dark liquid substance. Since you're seeing in black and white right now, Shaman, you don't know what it is. Maybe grape juice. However, in this room, you see another hallway. You see, you just exited the hallway. You see a pathway. Another pathway right across from where you're at. And you see a open path with a gate above it. And then on the other side of the room from that, you see a door with swords over the top of it. Not very uncommon way of signifying an armory.
She's gonna look at everybody. Okay, guys, we have two options. There's one that looks like an exit because it's got a big old grand gate, and who would make a big old grand gate without it being an exit? You know. And then there's an armory, I think.
Armory.
Armory.
Over there.
Armory.
She's gonna lead them to the armory.
You walk them over to the armory. Alright, Tarman, are you gonna try to use that sword to open this shit up?
Yes.
Alright, roll. What is the normal thing you get with your thieves' tools?
I would roll sleight of hand.
Alright. I will go ahead and let you roll sleight of hand without any of the bonuses that you would get from having thieves' tools, if you're proficient with them.
That's what we want to
21.
see.
21, yeah, you just fiddle around and you hear a click as the door opens.
Going in.
You guys go in, and luckily for you guys, this is one of the few rooms in this place that actually does have torches. So, what you see in this room is a menagerie of short swords, short bows, quivers with arrows, hand axes, javelins, and a single chest.
Let's open the chest.
Open the chest.
Tarman's gonna look at Nura and hold his. Well, wait. I actually have the blade. Tarman's gonna stick the blade in the side of the chest just in case.
So you stab the chest a little. The chest does not have any reaction to you doing that.
All right, I'm picking the lock.
Yeah, at the moment
I
you're
got it.
fiddling around with it, this chest lock is not opening quite yet.
Break it. As Tarman's gonna grab short swords.
Okay, so
Yeah.
how many... So, real quick, before... Actually, Nora, go ahead and roll that.
I'm grabbing some short swords and short bows.
And also a quiver and arrows, I assume.
18 for the lock.
18, yeah, you just fucking punch it, lock breaks. However, that does
Open
make
the chest.
that does make a good bit of noise. I'm gonna heads or tails this. Okay, so you open the chest. Inside the chest, there is 2 pieces of leather armor. Tarman and Peregrine, these pieces of leather armor are familiar to both of you.
Oh,
look at
it's
our-
our leather armor.
Yes, one is
Yes.
exactly Peregrine's size, so it is his
We
leather
have,
armor.
we have recovered the drip.
So
It's
both
like
of
a
you
laser.
can add 2 plus 2 back to your armor class.
What about Nerd's drip?
Nura, first of all, Nura, you're a barbarian. You didn't have armor in the first place. Nura, you see a battle axe.
Oh,
My armor's not in there.
You never had no. Your armor. No, your armor is not in there. Your jacket, Peregrine, is not in there. Nura, you don't see your trident anywhere. Tarman, you don't see your item.
But this is just leather armor we had.
Yeah, this is the leather armor you guys had originally. This Peregrine, you just found your armor.
Yay! I have my coat back.
But you don't. But Tarman, you don't see your hat. Would
I
be
know
part
what
of-
you're
Yeah,
talking.
you don't see that or the other thing either. And
Yeah, which
guys,
is
there
upsetting.
is 20 gold in here.
Ooh, sparkly.
I grabbed the gold.
Are you going to share with the rest of the class?
Everyone gets 5.
Let's go, sparkly.
Shaman says that out loud. Sparkly.
Now begin to regret my decision. So, outside of the battle axe, I'd also like to grab a hand axe, and I'm going to look at Peregrine, and I'm going to go.
Sneef, sneef.
Let me check.
Yep, let me... Wait, where's the sniffs? Oh, okay. Double sniff. Gotcha.
Hearing that, I'll give 2 sniffs back.
Alright. Okay, so these two start sniffing at each other.
You guys can sniff later. We need to get going.
Start heading now.
Yeah.
Before we leave the room, though, I grab a torch off the wall.
You grab a torch off the wall, so you open the door. You guys open the door. Luckily don't see any dark elves. Looks like that noise didn't reach them, and they have not found you guys yet.
Okay, guys, go for the big gate-looking thing.
Sounds like a plan.
So you guys walk
Okay.
across the room towards the large gate. The large gate. The pathway with the large gate sign above it.
Sneaky sneak. We
Well, you
sneak.
guys start making your way forward, and as you walk, you're all confident. You walk into the next room, as you see 8 dark elves just looking at you.
Hi, Can you guys get back to what you were doing?
They're immediately pull out their weapons and start making their way towards you. You guys gonna turn around? All right, so you guys run in a panic as these dark elves chase after you. So once you guys get back into the circular room, what pathway you guys go down? There is another pathway.
The only pathway we haven't been down. Let's go down that way.
Okay.
Sounds good.
We run down this pathway. Shaman's still in the lead. As you guys are running down this pathway, there's a figure, a silhouetted figure that you all seem to notice. Shaman's squinting her eyes as she sees it's a skeleton, and before anything happens, she punches its head into pieces and just keeps running. So you guys run into another room. Once you guys get in here, the moment you enter this room, Nura, your torch goes out. But you see that in this room there are green torches with this green flickering fire on them. You're in a circular room. There's no exits in this room. You're not exactly sure what the situation is. I need 2 people to roll perception. The 2 people with the highest, and 1 person can help them, and you will have advantage.
What's everybody's perception?
My perception is 3.
5.
Mine's 6.
My perception is 2.
So Peregrine and Shaman. Peregrine and
and
Shaman will roll perception with advantage with help from Nura and Tarman.
22 for the first one, and 8 for the second one. I'll just go with the 22.
All right, not 20 on the
Oh,
first.
let's go!
Natural 20! Boy! Okay, so Shaman, what you are able to find is a lever on the wall, and you see a body with a broken short sword in one hand and a short sword piercing through its chest. You do not notice what Peregrine notices next to the body. A bag, a small bag, and Peregrine, being curious, you look in and you see a health potion. A tier 1 health potion.
Alright.
But you do see that lever on the wall, Shane. Peregrine, as you grab that, I assume you're grabbing that health potion?
Oh yeah.
The moment you grab that health potion, the body that is pierced into the wall lurches forward and grabs at you.
I would like to smash the skeleton to smithereens.
This one's not a skeleton, this one's mostly still...
Well, in that
there.
case, I'm just smashing them.
Well, okay, so you just punch this thing in the face and its head just kind of caves in. Not
That's how
bad.
you fix all problems. Just
Not
punch
bad.
it in the face.
But yeah, you do. But yes, Shaman. Yes, poignantly, you do notice that there is in fact a hand holding on to that lever, and as you look at that body that just got its head caved in, it was missing a hand.
She's gonna just grab the arm. Sorry, I have to borrow this. And she pulls it down.
You pull it down, and you all hear this clunk, like the do all around you, as you all just kind of look around. A single dark elf enters and aims his bow at you guys. Yes, you see a single male dark elf. This whole time it's all been females. But you see a single male dark elf aim his bow. But as he aims his bow, he just stares at the 4 of you and then lowers it. And then keeps staring as the floor opens beneath the 4 of you and you all fall.
Bye!
Oh.
Thank you for not shooting us!
Shaman. Bah! Eventually, as you guys fall into darkness, you hit water. And as you're struggling in this water, you see light at the end of the tunnel, and you think, huzzah, we're safe. Until you realize what that light is. I need you guys to all roll con saves as you begin falling down a waterfall. Oh.
Oh!
Oh.
No!
Let me see. Con. Alright. Could be better, but you
I'm
know
just
what?
gonna say that's because Peregrine won.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, so, 1 second.
Can we
Okay.
explain these rolls is that we just landed on top of each other?
Yeah, you guys were all fumbling. You just kind of hate each other. Peregrine is just bouncing off of each of you as he's trying not to. But you all slam into the water really hard as he lands mostly softly. Let's see. Nura, you take 4 damage. Shaman, you take 6 damage. And Tarmin, you take 5 damage. So, yes, you all hit the water. Most of you very uncomfortably, the wind being knocked out of you, the part you landed on stinging a lot. You all kind of follow as Peregrine, you manage to get up onto shore. Peregrine, you're coughing up a bit of water, you're just trying to catch your breath. And as you look up, you see this thing lurch towards you. I need to make a deck save.
Oh.
25. You fucking roll out of the way as this undead bites its teeth down right where you were. Everyone, you all kind of get out of the water, coughing up water and everything, and you see this undead that Peregrine is looking at, as well as 3 more undead. Instead of rolling initiative here, I'm going to go ahead and take the initiative from earlier. I'm going to put Shaman at the bottom. Because Shaman, as you're trying to focus, the sunlight is burning your eyes, you're squinting heavily. You can't exactly see how many undead there are. But we're going to start with Peregrine. There is an undead in front of you.
Yes, and I will proceed to stab it.
Wow.
Alright, roll to attack.
24.
You hit, roll damage.
8.
8 damage. You stab it, and it just kind of growls at you. You can do something with your bonus action.
I'm gonna move a little bit away from its attack range.
Okay, do you have mobile or anything?
Oh, that's right.
Are you gonna do that still?
Yeah.
Okay, it is going to make an opportunity attack against you. Yes, that will hit you. Oh, you guys' armor classes went up. You're 16 now. That still will hit you, but... And that means Tarmin is 15 now.
Yep.
Just gonna mark those. So yeah, it does hit you. Luckily, these things do nothing for damage, so don't worry. It does 1 damage to you, Peregrine. As you kind of get away, it scratches you across the cheek. It's going to go ahead and try and attack you, because that's what it wants. It kind of lurches, but you avoid it once again. Nura, there is undead monstrosities in front of you.
Does a 13 hit?
It does. Roll damage.
Spectacular. 8 damage.
You slam this battle axe into this thing's stomach and rip. Its organs and entrails fall out, rotting on the ground, and it is still not dead.
Can I sweep one of these undead's legs?
Knock it prone?
Yeah.
Sure. Roll contest your strength, I'll say. Not like this is gonna be very hard for you, unless you roll really low. Wow, that's ridiculous. Okay, so you kick it, and somehow you kick it so hard that it lands back on its feet. You kick its leg to sweep it, and you kick it so hard that it inadvertently lands back on its feet. It tries to attack you, but once again, these flailing undead are not really good at anything. Tarmin, there's undead, and they seem pretty hard to kill. Not necessarily threatening, but not necessarily weak either, strangely enough.
Shit.
Yes, unfortunately, you actually miss somehow.
I'm going to, for my bonus action, I would like to just throw one into another.
Okay.
Like, collide one against Nura, since his so amazingly got hit so hard he flipped and then stood back up.
Yes, roll,
Yeah,
go ahead.
kind of impressive.
Yeah, that is kind of impressive. Roll strength. You push it, I'll have you roll just a d6, plus your strength, which is nothing, I believe, or maybe it's a 1, whatever.
It's 2.
Okay, roll, yeah, so d6 plus your strength.
Woo!
Split.
8 damage!
That will be split between the two of them. Yeah, so as you do this, you slam it into Nura's. Nura's gets slammed into the ground properly this time, and you hear its spine kind of crack and shatter, and it lands on the ground. And as the one that you threw gets up, so too does the one that he is fighting. The undead you threw is going to go ahead and swing its meaty paw at your face. And it does 3 damage to you, Tarmin. Shaman, it is your turn. You are struggling to see. You're kind of rubbing your eyes. combat going on around you. Anything you do will be made with disadvantage.
Oh, shit. It's hard to see. So Shaman is going to try to aid her team.
You do
13?
You do manage to hit. Are you attacking one of the ones that are near you? Or you attack the one that's near you, or are you going to try and move away from it to attack one of the other ones?
I guess one of the ones over near them.
Okay, but so you're going to move away from the one near you. It does miss you, so it just swings, and you just wander towards them and swing a punch. Roll damage.
6 damage.
6 damage. You punch, you just wander over and you swing a punch, and as you punch, you collide with the jaw of this undead, and its head breaks off and flies into the air, and its body just collapses. It is gone.
She's gonna catch its head and put her hand in its inside of its skull, and just sort of do like a mimicking thing. Hey guys, you can leave now.
The undead are coming towards you.
Oh, come on! I even put my head on my
Anything
hand.
for your bonus action, Shaman?
She is gonna chuck the skull at them.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an attack. Go ahead and roll an attack.
Okay, well, you guys don't want to listen to your friend.
With disadvantage.
Okay. 16.
You still managed to hit her. Are you throwing it just at another one of these ones?
Yeah, she's gonna chuck the head at them.
Okay, so you throw it as hard as you can, and you hit one of the undead in the head as the two heads shatter together. They literally, their heads explode, and that one also dies.
She claps.
She's like, yeah, I can't see
It's like
shit.
fireworks.
Can't see shit. Okay, Peregrine, the one that attacked you and that you've already damaged is still here, plus another one.
Alright, I'm gonna go for the.
Oh, wait a second. I'm sorry. 1 second. Just 1 second. Hold on a minute. Okay, never mind. Don't worry about it. I had to roll for the one that would have attacked Shaman, but it missed, so it doesn't matter.
26.
26, that does hit. How are you attacking it? I'm just curious.
I am going to. It's still laying down, right? Or has it gotten up?
No, yeah, it's still up right now.
Okay. What's up? I'm going to rush at it, jump, and then stab it into its chest. Stab my sword into its chest.
Okay, yeah. So you jump up and you roll damage. You jump up and you slam this sword into its chest and just kind of slide down as its chest is open. This thing's body just kind of slumps and then gets back up, cracking and just it groaning. It does not die from that attack.
I'm going to use my Ranger Companion and summon my bird.
Quentin?
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, so everyone sees you summoning it on the ground or like in your hand, or what are you doing?
I'm sort of whistling, and it sort of like materializes out of.
Yes. Okay. So he whistles, and you all see these like golden leaves, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So these golden leaves kind of fluttering through the air, and then within these golden leaves suddenly appears a beautiful hawk. You can describe it because I don't know the exact details.
Yeah. So you see this hawk with this golden feathers. It has almost like druidic sort of swirls around its feathers that are this emerald green, and just looks like pretty like a primal creature.
Nura, there is Quentin. You know Quentin.
Hi, Quentin.
There is 2 more undead. There's the one that Peregrine's been dealing with that doesn't seem to want to die, and then there's another one. Natural 20. Good fucking
nice.
God. Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and do this for you real quick. So as you just rush over, you swing the axe, you lop off its head. And the moment that head is disconnected from the body, the whole body collapses. Nura, you kind of come to an understanding that all the damage that has been done to these things, the only time you've seen an undead die since you set foot on this continent was when you attacked the head and destroyed or removed it.
Go for the heads.
Go for the heads. Shaman punches the next one in the dick. Alright, what about your bonus action? You doing anything, Nora?
Can I roll perception?
As your bonus action? Sure, roll perception.
18.
Yeah, with your perception, you see that, a figure has actually started making his way towards the group. You see him pull up a weapon. And that weapon is fired. And it passes all of you. As this undead goes to bite Shaman, this crossbow bolt pierces the head of the last undead and finishes it off.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah! Hey, we did it? I can't tell.
Maybe.
Tarvin see who fired the weapon?
Yeah, so you look over and you see this human man, messy hair, kind of scraggly, bit of facial hair, really kind of thick mutton chops, as he's wearing these dingy clothing, and he's holding a crossbow. Just generally a dirty looking guy as he's looking over all of yous.
Hello there!
When you say hello there, he aims his crossbow at you.
Whoa!
As
Don't like the hostility here.
As this happens, calm down, man. We really don't have the time for this. As you see behind him, you see this half-elf man, short black hair, wearing this sleeveless kind of black fabric, and he's helping this limping black tabaxi woman whose leg seems to be injured, and she's got her arm around her shoulder. She's got a hood up. You see behind those two is a shirtless orc man with long white hair, just like deep brown eyes, who's just kind of glaring. What? I'm not supposed to rob people that we find on the side of the river. Now is not the time to be trying to rob anyone, considering we have an injured ally. Hey, fuck you.
Do you guys need help?
Shut the fuck up, short stack.
Short stack.
Now, as the tabaxi woman, now is not the time for hostility. What the fuck ever? I need a piss. As the guy just steps to the river and pulls down his pants, and you just hear the water just hitting. You hear the stream hitting the water as the half-elf man leans the tabaxi woman up against a rock. Sorry about that. You should all be on your way.
Are you sure you need some help?
No, I think we're fine on that. I recommend you get out of here.
Why would you recommend that? Aside from the undead.
Yeah, well, things will get a lot worse as the sun goes down. A lot more undead.
Well, actually, that's going to be nice for me. I'll be able to see.
Oh, good for you. You can watch all of your friends get ripped apart then.
I don't like that very much.
I'm not a big fan of that.
I'll make sure you don't get ripped apart. Don't worry about it.
The kindness here is stellar.
The half-elf looks at Tarman. Do I know you from somewhere?
As he hears that, he turns and looks.
You don't.
You
don't recognize the guy.
No, I don't think we've met, and I think it's best that you don't.
Right. I kind of feel the same way.
Good. As Tarman turns and looks at the others, we should get going.
So you guys gonna head up the embankment?
Yep.
And I'm gonna have Quentin do some scouting ahead of us.
Okay, so as you guys get up the side of the embankment, you guys, except for Shaman who can't see jack shit right now, your hearts kind of sink a little. Those 4 undead you encountered, that was a relatively small group. As you see, at least a few dozen undead throughout this large field. More undead than any of you have ever seen in your life. Peregrine, you looked at the map, and being a ranger, you would know the exact direction you guys need to go, which would be following the river away from the mountains.
I remember looking at the map Look at the map. Ryan should be. If we keep following the river there, we should be able to get to Ryan.
All right then. Well, walk or swim.
Walk.
Nura wanting to swim all the way to Ryan. Why isn't it possible? It's just not. Why not, you stupid bastard?
Nura just becomes David Hasselhoff.
Who are you? I'm David Hasselhoff.
Alright, so I assume you guys are all gonna travel together out of this vast field more into the hills and towards Ryan.
Yeah.
I mean, I would like to.
Yeah.
I am.
Yep.
So as you guys move away from the open fields and more into the hills, you guys hear a thunderous, very loud, what sound like footsteps. So you all quickly duck down. You guys kind of pull Shaman into somewhere so that she's not visible. As you guys hear these thunderous steps, and you all see within the hills, passing by, you see a large foot just come stepping out, a very humanoid-looking foot. And for a moment you're thinking, well, giant, obviously. But as you step out, or as it steps out further, you realize it is a giant, but not a normal one. You see that the lower half of it is heavily decayed. It's completely naked, but not much to see, considering that part is literally completely rotted away. It's got a long gray beard, its eyes are just vacant, and the eyelids have rotted away, the lips have rotted away. It's showing only the teeth. One of its ears has fallen off, but this thing just walks by. It's scanning, looking for something to eat. As undead do. If you can imagine what a giant zombie would be like, that's exactly what you're looking at right now. But you all stay quiet as it wanders past. Each footstep, just heavy thud. And after a moment, after it's gotten further away, you all continue to move.
We haven't really introduced ourselves.
My name's Tarmin. I am just an adventurer trying to do a job. So, whatever. That's just the short introduction. You guys can tell me about yourselves or not. I honestly don't care.
Hi, Tarmin. Shaman's gonna look at Peregrine. Hi. What's your name, little dude?
Peregrine Tushhawk.
Peregrine Tushhawk. You're so tiny. She just sort of like squishes his cheeks. It's nice to meet you.
Yeah, likewise. Could you please take your hands off my face?
But I've never seen someone as short as you. I'm really short, so nothing's ever shorter than me.
You've met kobolds, Shaman.
Doesn't count. I don't care about that right now. Look at this little fella.
We don't talk about kobolds.
I would like to grab
We don't
Shaman's
talk
arm and
about
shake.
kobolds.
Wait, okay, hang on. So Shaman, you feel a large hand kind of grab your arm. Nura, what were you gonna say?
My friend has asked you to stop touching them.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Let go.
You gonna introduce yourself, Nura?
Oh yeah. I'm Nura.
Wow.
Hi.
Wonderful.
Nura is very big, Shaman.
Shaman's gonna give a little smirk as she does a handstand and sticks her foot out. Come on.
I'm
Shake
big enough. I'm gonna put up my own leg and shake her with my foot.
Let's go! The first person to do that.
Tarmin I imagine Tarmin at the court just fucking face palming like, oh, you fucking serious? I'm gonna.
Tarmin's holding his head just, oh god.
You're the first person to ever do that. My name is Shaman Feyre, and I'm an 18-year-old dark elf. Yeah.
Okay, that's oddly specific. So as you guys have been talking, the sky is starting to turn into a fiery orange color. The sun is beginning to set. Shaman, your eyes are still bothered, but that will be gone soon. However, everyone else, there's a slight bit of panic knowing that, like that half-elf you were talking to earlier said, things get a lot worse once it hits nighttime.
I can almost see again.
I'm gonna be blind again.
Oh, don't worry, I can aid you with that. As she, like, sort of rubs her hands together. What? Oh, right.
Yeah, so above
You
Shaman's
lost your mojo.
above Shaman's head, there's this little black orb of magic that has just been constantly hovering over her this entire time.
She swats at it.
It is there. You can't touch it.
Oh, I try to swat at it.
You can't touch it. Your hand just phases through.
Nura, help me with this. Can anybody swat it faster?
It won't go away.
I
It
know.
won't go away.
I proceed to swing at the black orb with my battle axe.
You know what happens? Nura? You won't believe it. It phases through it.
Astonishing.
Damn it!
Tara looks at them. It's not gonna go away.
So
I think it might take a little while, but I don't know how long. It could be a day, a week, a month, or a year.
Let's not think about it as a year. I'd rather have my grape juice back by then.
sun is getting
Well,
lower.
once we find someone that knows about this magic, we can have them remove this curse or magic or whatever.
Sun is getting lower.
Speaking of the night falling, though, Peregrine, do you spot any trees?
Let's see if Quentin finds anything.
So
I'm able to call my bird back.
yes, so you call your bird back, and it does a specific set of squawks, a specific bird calls that signify danger, the danger squawks. There is something up ahead that is not safe.
Quentin's given us the danger squawks.
Oh, goody.
Don't like it with it being nightfall. Look to Peregrine and I just say, we should probably stealth and go ahead. It's too dangerous to just camp right here for the night.
I agree.
The sun it is not nighttime just yet, but it is that dark blue sky. Shaman, you can see, and as you guys, I assume, carefully move forward, you guys see a campfire smoke just past the hills. And in front of you guys, just a little bit in front of you, you see a corpse, a dead body.
Shaman is gonna look away immediately.
I look over to Peregrine like, do you want to mess with them, or...?
Tarman's going over to the dead body.
Considering
Well, he's
how
gonna
many dead
sneak
bodies
over
gonna
to
have
the
this.
dead body.
Yeah, so Tarman walks past everyone as you guys are contemplating. Doesn't even say anything to any of you. He walks over. You walk over, and Tarman, you look at this body. It is fucked up. The arms and legs were broken. The hands were mangled, like purposefully, like long, torturous mangling. I'm not going to go too much into detail, but the face is heavily damaged. There's cuts and bruises. The shirt has been ripped off, and Tarman, this chill runs down your spine. It's funny, just after that conversation with Goldrium about them, you see a brand on the back of this body. A brand that you recognize as a brand used by the Rotnook tribe. The Rotnook tribe would send out a pack, a group known as the Butcher Pack. Various Butcher Packs would be sent out to murder, kill, and maim, and just leave corpses with this brand on them, letting the surrounding cities and kingdoms know that the Rotnooks were still around, and that the Rotnooks, you know, don't fuck with them, basically. So you know that likely what is over that hill, and that what that campfire smoke is coming from, is a Butcher Pack. One of the legs has been purposefully clearly removed, but you see the foot laying on the ground just about, like, 20 feet away. You assume, as more memory comes into consciousness, that the bone from that leg was taken for something very specific that you know about, but we'll get to in a moment when you see it.
Tarman will turn and make his way back to the group.
What did you find?
We're going to have some issues up ahead. It's a butcher pack. To essentially put it, the Rotnooks. They're orcs.
Please wait until the end of the
The most
story.
well-known one is Cabal. But they send out groups known as butcher packs And that person over there that's just laying there, minding their own business from here on out, forever, is one of their latest victims.
Oh, jeez.
So I'm going to take a swing in the dark and guess that campsite just so happens to be a butcher pack.
That would make sense.
Which would also mean, for all of you, you would all realize this, would mean that you guys can't keep traveling. It's not safe. If you guys keep traveling, you're going to encounter more monsters, more undead. You guys could get killed. But you also know you cannot camp yet. If you just set down camp right now, those butchers will likely find you and probably kill you. So the only way to have a safe camp tonight, or stay safe tonight, is if you guys...
to kill them.
Is to kill them. Yes, Tarman was basically having that conversation with you.
I think I have an idea to take them out quickly. We need to get in a little closer to their camp without being seen.
We don't have to, kill them, do we?
What was that?
Nothing.
If you're thinking that we can spare them, I'm going to make this short and simple, Shaman. Those people are murderers, criminals, rapists. They pillage and do horrifying things. Do you honestly think that there's mercy for people like them?
No, but... I won't be the one to do it. You guys finish them, okay?
Well, we will still need your help.
Well, of course. I love to kick ass.
Follow me. We're gonna get a little closer sight at their camp to further assess how we can take them out.
So, as you guys travel a bit closer, as the sky finally hits what you could probably call nighttime, the moon is just past a half moon. So there's enough vision. You can all see just well enough thanks to the moon. But that body, the corpse that was mangled that Tarman looked over, its head springs up and it starts growling and squirming on the ground.
Can I crush its head with my foot?
Yeah. You the moment that thing comes up, Nura just quickly and it stops moving. And that should bring a realization that the one of the reasons that it's always dangerous to travel at night in like wildlands, but what makes this area more dangerous is any corpses come back to life the moment it hits nightfall. Whatever's causing these undead, the bodies are triggered to life in the night.
Now we have one more problem.
Tarman, would you like to go ahead and scout for the party?
Yes, please.
Alright, go ahead and roll stealth.
20.
Oh, thank God. I was so afraid that you were gonna roll. Alright, so yeah, you creep over the hillside, Tarman. And as you look over the hillside, you see a camp. And you see a fire, and you see... Well, you're gonna have to roll perception for that.
Yes. Can I try again?
Well, at the moment...
That's a 9.
Yeah, at the moment, Tarman, you see the flickerings of the fire, and you know that there's orcs in this camp. You can't make out any clearly any particular weapons or anything special about any of them, but you count between 8 and 16 of them.
What?
You can't get an even count. There was either 8 of them or 16.
Okay. Now then. After that, I would like to get slightly closer.
Okay.
Try that again.
You have a 20, so I think you're okay to get a little bit closer and try one more time. If you get any closer, I'm gonna have to let them roll perception.
21.
21.
Let's
All
go.
right. So yeah, with a 21, You get a better number as you kind of are able to completely ignore the shadows being created by the fire. As you get closer, there is 12 orcs altogether. You see a few half-orcs. You see 3 half-orcs that look kind of frail. They look kind of sickly. There's 3 of them sitting in a corner together. You see in the middle of camp, you see that there's a body that has just sprung back to life, and you see 1 half-orc with these gloves that have blades across them, just kind of slashing at it, laughing maniacally, as an orc pushes this half-orc out of the way and punches with this spiked glove through the head of the undead and killing it quickly. You see another orc. You see 2 other orcs watching these 2 orcs argue. Yeah, you see 2 more kind of guarding, watching around the camp. Outside of camp, you see 2 orcs patrolling, already looking around, investigating, which is not exactly a good thing, because those 2 could cause more trouble than they're worth. And then you see the Bone Chieftain standing at the end of the camp, spears on his back, wearing armor made entirely of fresh, bloody bones, the top half of a human skull on his head, and the lower half of the lower jaw over his jaw. You know what a Bone Chieftain is. A Bone Chieftain is the leader of a butcher pack. They are the ones who are meant to lead. For every successful kill that the butcher pack has, the Bone Chieftain is to take a single bone from the body and place it somewhere upon himself. And this is how they determine whether or not it was a successful hunt when they return back to the barbarian lands. The current war chief, the current chief of the clan, would look over the bones and look over the armor that the Bone Chieftain has created and determine whether it was a successful hunt or not. If it was not a successful hunt, often they would just simply use the Bone Chieftain as dinner for that night. But you can see that this Bone Chieftain certainly has nothing to worry about, because he effectively has a full set of armor made of bones. Meaning they have killed a lot of people just today.
Tarman sees this, and so he will go back to his group. Alright, I have an idea.
What's your idea?
There's 2 on patrol and then 2 guarding the camp. Peregrine, you had a unique ability. You summoned that bird. Think you can do it again?
Quentin doesn't leave until I either tell him to or he's taken out.
So as soon as Peregrine finishes saying that, he kind of holds out his arm and Quentin lands on his arm. So Quentin is still around right now.
I want you to claw the face of the ones guarding and the ones on patrol and send them deeper away from the camp. We'll take them out silently. That'll leave it down to 8, making this a lot easier to handle.
Divide and conquer. I like this.
You may fire when ready, Peregrine.
I give Quentin the nod to go start harassing them.
Alright. So Quentin flies towards them. Do you want to make an attack, or are you just going to have him fuck with them?
Let's go with an attack.
Alright, we'll go ahead and roll an attack on one of the 2.
Okay. Let's see. 20.
Yeah, you will successfully hit whichever one you attack, so go ahead and roll damage on that one.
6 damage.
So yes, so Quentin flies over and just screeches and just lands on this actually that one was an orc. Lands on this orc's facing claws. The orc just swings some hatchets in the air like screaming in orcish. The screams are heard by the 2 guarding. Let me see if they make the decision to go investigate or see if the patrol needs help. Yes, they do. The 2 guarding quickly rush over, and you can get a good look at them at the moment, Peregrine. The 2 that were on patrol, the one that you attacked had 2 hatchets, and then one much larger orc next to him has a great axe. The two who come running, is it half-orc with daggers in his hands, and another, and then a orc with these iron gauntlets on. They come running, and are you going to send Quentin away, or is he going to fight them?
Yeah, send him away. Just like lead him as far away.
So he starts flying. I am going to go ahead and give the one that he attacked one opportunity attack. Ooh, yes. So he does.
Wait. Wait.
What?
It has. So. Oh, is this because of Quentin? Is this like an opportunity attack?
Yeah.
He has flyby trait.
Oh, okay. Okay, never mind then. Thank you for telling me that. So yeah, so he attacks and he flies, and the orcs all cussing and screaming in Orcish. You don't understand the language. Those two start running after, and the two guards follow suit and start chasing after. Those two aren't exactly sure what's going on, but they're all just kind of following.
All right, so Tarman, once they see how far out they are, Tarman will look at his crew and say, "Pick one, get him, and do it quietly." I'm gonna go for the one with hatchets.
I'm going after the one with the daggers.
I will go for then. You know what? I'm gonna go after Big Boy first.
Big boy. Shaman. So I assume then you're just gonna go for the one with the iron gauntlets.
Yes,
Alright, so we're gonna go down the line. You all have advantage on your surprise attacks. They are far enough away, but they could possibly have some way to call their allies. You're not sure, but right now they're pretty far enough away they couldn't just scream and them hear them. Tarman, go ahead and make your opportunity attack.
Out of my advantage rolls, I got a 22 total and a 15 total, so 22.
22. So go ahead and attack. Remember, I believe you have your sneak attack here, and I don't know if you have any other bonuses to it.
Wow!
Wow!
All right.
Beautiful.
That's some bullshit, Dicebot.
Yeah.
I got 9 damage total.
So yeah, you come over and you slash the back of this orc. He just and he turns around and just eyes lock, and he is pissed. He does look hurt though. That's fair. To be fair, that did hurt him. All right, Peregrine, go ahead and roll your opportunity attack with advantage.
12, so it's a 15.
15. You aimed at the one with the daggers. That will hit him.
9 damage.
9. So you shoot, and the arrow just kind of pierces through his shoulder blade. Is it? Ugh! He turns around and just starts cussing in Orcish. All right, Nura, the big boy, attack the other lesser big but still big boy.
I'll take the 20.
Yeah. Okay, so that does hit. Roll your damage.
13 damage!
13
Let's
damage.
go.
Good job. So you just run over and you slam that axe in his back. Unlike the other orcs, he just kind of grunts. Just like a very slight like, And as you rip it out, he turns around and just pulls that great axe out and spins it in one hand and then grabs it in two. Looks like he was kind of ready for a fight anyways. Shaman, opportunity attack against the one with the iron gauntlets. Yeah.
So 21.
Yep, 21. Go ahead and roll damage.
7.
Oh, then.
I would like the 4 of you to roll initiative.
Oh. Do we have enough time for that?
Yay!
There's only 4 enemies, so
15.
you guys aren't attacking the full camp right now. You guys managed to get a set away.
19.
17.
I rolled.
It was a 7.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see it. Too bad. You shouldn't have said anything. Oh well. Alright, so the initiative order will go as follows. Shaman, Peregrine, Tarman, Orc with iron gauntlets, Orc with great axe, daggers, half-orc with daggers, Nura, and with losing one round with a natural 1, the Orc with hatchets. And we will get to that fight next session.
Right.
So, what, did you guys have fun?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Very much so.
All right, well, I'm looking forward to the next session where we get into this fight and get further into the campaign. Hope anyone listening enjoyed. Stay adventurous.
Love you.